Alex Warren Green on behalf of Miss Bonka-Chan. Please state your name.
Julie Bonka-Chan.
Your Honor, this time we're asking the court to set the matter for a preliminary examination. If I may address bond.
Sure.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Bonka-Chan was last before the court a week ago. That time she was remanded for bond violations. I believe she had 2 missed tests and a positive test.
That and lying.
Of course, Your Honor,
Okay.
and that's
Okay, go ahead.
Ms. Bonka-Chan does wish to apologize to the court today for being dishonest at that time. She's assured me that she will continue testing, that she knows what she needs to do, that if her phone wasn't working or anything else like that, that's really not an excuse to miss testing. She's fully employed, sorry, Your Honor, and cares for her 2 children. Right now, her 2 children are living with her sister, so we're just asking the court to consider reducing her bond. Right now, she's held without bond or a personal bond.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
If her children are living with her sister, then I'm really concerned because I do have note that she called the victim 41 times. And my understanding was the only reason to
Excuse me?
contact the victim was to have contact with the children. So if the children are not with the victim, then I am concerned.
Okay, hold on. So the Daniel Gray, I have listed as the victim.
Correct.
Found the street.
There is contact allowing for conversations about the children. That was my understanding of the bond conditions. So if the children are with her sister, I see no reason for her to have contact with the victim.
Well, the conditions that I have is that the only communication that would have been allowed with the victim regarding the children would have been by text.
There have been 41 phone calls.
Your Honor, that's the first I've heard of her making any phone calls from the jail. My understanding is that the children are living with Ms. Bonka-Chan's sister and that they do spend time with their dad, who's the complaining witness in this case as well. And prior to her incarceration, it sounds like she did have contact with her dad for purposes of raising the
With
children.
who?
With the
Mr. Gray.
children's dad, the complaining witness.
Right.
Yeah.
That's 41 calls this week.
41 calls since she's been taken into custody. That's
Oh, dear God.
Some conversations, we never argued or anything, it was just straight about the kids.
Counsel,
Well, Your Honor, that's the first I've heard of it. I don't think
do
Ms.
you
Bonka.
want to talk to her about it? Because, I mean, here's the problem. Problem is her bond conditions are that she could only communicate with that individual by text. I realize being in custody, that may not be able to happen. But then the only communication that can occur via text is it has to be regarding the children. Got 41 calls to this person. I have 41 calls to this person and then find out that the person that would be caring for the children is not this person, is not the victim. That's a problem. Just on the face of it, it's a problem.
I understand that, Your Honor, and I know Ms. Bonka-Chan's primary.
I hate to do
concern
this
is
to the
her
sheriff's
children.
department. Why don't, because theoretically, she may have been released. But this throws a whole new light on everything because she hasn't been doing any, I mean, she's just making her own rules, which is really part of the problem with how she got herself in, outside of lying to me. And now and not following her bond conditions. And then now I've got another one, potential. So let me do this. The sheriff's office would be so kind. Take her back. You might want to talk to her because otherwise. Case people versus Dr. Strong.
Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Morgan Barroso, on behalf of people.
And Alex Warren Green on behalf of Ms. Vaughn-Fachan. State your name again.
Julie Bompachan.
Thank you. Your Honor, I had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Vaughn-Fachan. I addressed the phone calls with her. And, you know, Ms. Vaughn-Fachan doesn't deny calling the complaining witness in this matter. I don't know the subject matter of those calls, but what Ms. Vaughn-Fachan tells me is that that subject matter, when those calls are reviewed, is going to come back largely regarding the children, and that the discussions they were having were about the children. The children are staying with her sister while the complaining witness is working. That is filling the void left by Ms. Vaughn-Fachan being in custody. Before Ms. Vaughn-Fachan was in custody, the children would stay with her while the complaining witness worked, and when he wasn't working, would stay with him. So that arrangement is the same. It's just that Ms. Vaughn-Fachan's sister is taking care of the children while the complaining witness is at work. So again, I don't know the subject matter of those calls. What Ms. Vaughn-Fachan
Okay,
tells
so-
me.
And you don't know from the people, you don't know the subject matter of the call.
Your Honor, when I saw 41 calls, I was under the impression that they would be related to the children, but that doesn't eliminate my concern.
I know.
And I'm also concerned at her representation that is largely related to the children, which to me leaves room for an understanding that there's other things being discussed as well.
And Your Honor, what Ms. Vaughn-Fachan tells me is that none of their communications regard the case. None of them
Okay.
are communications regarding what the complaining witness should do or can do or may do. It's nothing to do with that.
Okay, I get that. But all that does is stop additional charges. Right?
Of course.
Or that goes to whether or not there would be additional charges coming from the prosecutor's office. They don't go to what is another violation of the court's order. I mean, just the call itself. I mean, I could even understand if there were a few calls regarding the kids because she can't text because of the position that I can get that. 41?
It's a large number of calls, Your Honor. I understand the.
And here's my other problem. And this is the problem that people have when they come before me and they lie. You lie to me, then it's hard for me to believe anything that you're saying. And so if you're saying you're calling regarding the children, are there calls to her sister at least?
I have not checked. We don't have the sister's phone number because
Got
it's
it.
not in the police report.
Counsel, how soon can you get the phone calls to?
I'll send an email request right now.
Pardon?
I will send the email request right now. Usually they get released within a day.
I'll adjourn our probable cause out 1 week to the 14th. 9 a.m. Get the calls over. At this point, I'm not going to set it for exam. At this point, what I'm going to do is then let's do it this way. You wanted it set for exam, correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to give you a probable cause date on the 14th to try to address her bond to see if we can get her out of custody without some other thing happening. I'll set her preliminary examination. I'll set that for the 26th, 2024, 9 a.m. That will be before me. Next week, though, will address her bond after you've had a chance to listen to the calls. And right now, she has no way to communicate about her kids at all because she was doing it by text before.
That's right, Your Honor.
And at least pending the hearing next week, her phone privileges, defendant's phone privileges in their entirety are revoked. Just keep making it worse.